GB right here. And who I got with me? QC. You know what it is, GBQC here on the Barbershop. Part 1 just came out. Make sure you go back and check out part 1 on Quincy's channel. If you haven't, check out that part 1 right now. Come on back and watch part 2. But we got to keep getting to it, man. I think one of the things that we didn't expect about this game was, the Browns, for once, even though they have players out, I think the Browns still have that legitimate lead in terms of the talent on these two teams right here. And I got the Browns actually being a team that is by far better than the Pittsburgh Steelers when you look at the overall on the offense and the overall talent on the defense. But there are a couple of positions that the Pittsburgh Steelers can still get after you. One of them is the two receivers, Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool. What are your thoughts about those two guys and the nightmare that they can kind of possess going against the Browns secondary?
Yeah, man. Last week I saw some positive signs of them figuring out that whole situation where they just forget the slot receiver all the time, right? That was just something that had been plaguing them for a couple of weeks. It looked like they put Ronnie Harrison closer to the box, partly because they have some linebacker depth issues right now. And then they put Grant at free, and then they put John Johnson at strong, which is his more natural position. So since they're doing that and keeping John Johnson closer to football, I'm hoping that puts a little bit of a lid on some of those issues. That being said, if you watch my preview, it's interesting when you talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers because they have great luxury pieces. Najee Harris, that's a baller.
Yep.
Chase Claypool, balls. Deontay Johnson's pretty good. James Washington ain't even that bad either, for a third receiver. They are a dude who has a luxury, limited edition, race car fast Porsche Taycan or Porsche whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever Porsche that you want to think of. They got a racetrack like version of that car. But you know what? They live in somewhere where there ain't nothing but dirt roads. And they ain't got the proper infrastructure to use any of it. And that's what happens with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got some great pieces, but they don't have the infrastructure on that team to be able to make use of it on a consistent basis. Yes, they have great wide receivers. And yes, those wide receivers are great deep threats. But Big Ben does not hold on to the ball long enough. Or when he does hold on to the ball, he's not really accurate or really placing the ball where he needs to get these guys the ball. Or the offensive line is just booty. Like that's the thing with this offensive line. The Steelers' offensive line is not good. It's booty. It's not good at all. It's not good at running. It's not good at passing. It's not a good offensive line.
I ain't heard that in a while. I ain't heard booty in a while.
It's booty. Like it's bad. Like it's. I looked at their grades. If you look at their run blocking grades on PFF, and again, PFF people take it with a grain of salt. But when you're this low, there's some smoke to that fire. Every single one of them, except for one dude, Trey Turner, has a 50 pass run blocking grade. And one dude who doesn't is Trey Turner with a 60. Yeah, I mean, like the curve is crazy how bad that offensive line is. And it ain't just the offensive line anymore, right? They got great defensive line. They still got pass rushers, right? Cam Hayward going to do his thing. Alex Highsmith, not Alonzo Highsmith. That used to be the GM of the Browns. But Alex Highsmith, he's doing his thing. TJ Watt is TJ Watt. I mean, even Melvin Ingram, who wants to be traded from what I hear, he's still out there, still playing.
You got sources now?
I mean, it was a report that was out there publicly on Twitter, I got it from Twitter publicly. I'm not reporting.
I'm like, this cat Quincy got sources out here now.
I ain't step up to that level yet. I'm not sham. I'm not breaking. I will not be one of those. Do not send me. If you are a source, do not send me your breaking news. I do not want it. I do not want that job.
Brothers can't have. Brothers got to hit 99 out of you. They gonna get rid of. We can't afford to come out here and have a dud on. They be like, who told you that?
I do not want that responsibility. And also, I don't text back fast enough to be able to do these things. Right? You're going to send me the text on the scoop. I'm going to read it as it breaks on ESPN. Like, oh, you tried to let me know. Oh,
who reads text later? Me or you? Who reads text later, me or sometimes, I don't know. I could be off the grid. It'd be like 2 days. I could be going for 2 days. Moms be trying to get my girl. I'm like, listen, my wife, like you got to knock on the door. Let me know.
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
know. We kind of
I'm not
both
a good
late.
enough Texan to be Adrian Wojnarowski. I can't do it. So I don't want that. But they still got those pass rushers on Pittsburgh, right? So you know that they're gonna be able to do some things well. But you look at that secondary, every single corner in that secondary, DB. So this includes Minka. This is including the safeties. This is including all the corners that have more than 10 targets. All of them have higher than a 70%, except for one, higher than a 70% catch percentage on them. That's ridiculous. And the one that has the lower one is James Pierre, who's at 65%. So this is what I mean by they got pieces, but they ain't got no infrastructure. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play. They're capable of playing well. They're kind of like the 2019 Browns, where they're capable of playing well, but they're just not a good built unit right now.
To take the analogy you did with the Porsche, like I always get mad at people when I see people with really like expensive cars, but they be getting the wrong type. Like, don't get no Porsche mommy mobile. Like, don't get the Porsche Carrera wagon. Like, you can't even really tell it's a Porsche. You need the low to the ground Bad Boys 2 Porsche. You can't have no Porsche hatchback Volkswagen and people just like, well, I couldn't even know. I didn't even know. And
you don't want the Porsche with the car seat in the
no,
back.
No, I need you to know it.
I'm gonna show love to all the Porsche minivan and the Porsche SUV people. I'm gonna show love to y'all. Look, man, sometimes you want that 5-star safety rating, you want that car seat accessibility, you want that space for your groceries, and you also want to drive a Porsche. Now, me personally, not bagging the car, so I would never make a decision like that. But you know what? I'm not gonna hate on it, right? If you got it, you got it. You know what I mean?
I'm getting a Porsche. I'm not even looking at the Carfax. I want my Porsche to be 000. I want all of them. And that's what reminds me of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They look good, like by name brand. It's Porsche Carrera, right? Okay. You can't knock it. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. You like you said, they got TJ Watt, they got Cam Hayward, they got name brand recognition. But is it really the car you want right now if you can afford it? No. I'd much rather have the Browns roster or the Bills roster. I like the Ravens roster, even if they're a little hurt, because I like what the Ravens can do, and I like who's under center. I like the driver a little bit better in Baltimore too at this point. And I think when you look at the Steelers, they're just a nice regular. Yeah, when you look at the name, I'm like, oh man, that's a nice BMW. But when that thing come up against a Ferrari or a turbo or a Cayenne, or that ain't going, it ain't hitting the same way. It ain't hitting the same way it used to. That's cool against his Lexus, but that's not where we're trying to go with it. So I definitely peep your game on that one. Earlier, we was talking about something off camera, bro. And you said I was telling you about how crazy divorces is, right? Yeah. I was like, yeah, man, let me see. He was like, oh, man, you've been divorced. I'm like, oh, yeah, I haven't been divorced. I done got married again. Let me tell you how this, he's like, it's crazy. You know, I see my parents split up too. He's like, but I don't even know about this divorce thing. Like, why can't we do divorces like contracts? Like, how come you can't just have 7 years and just go back and be like, hey, you've met all your contractual obligations. You made first team all pro. We're going to offer you a little stipend to sign on for 10 more years and get it done.
Here's what I'll say. Like, you know, from what it sounds like, divorce seems like a very devastating process for anybody to go through, male or female. You know what I mean? It sounds like a very stressful thing. I've never been through it, but I've been a child of divorce. Here's all I'm saying. You know, instead of it being for life, maybe, you know, it's a 7-year contract. And then maybe once you get to year 5 or year 6, y'all start having conversations about whether or not y'all want to extend this thing or not. You know what I mean? Continuous growth. Because you know what? Here's what made me think of it. If you have a marriage for 15 years, right? 15 years, that is a decade and a half. And you get divorced, it is seen as a failure. You can't acknowledge it. You got to have beef with her, all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but if you have a quarterback on your football team for 15 years, yeah, eventually y'all gonna have to go y'all separate ways because you know what? It ain't lining up no more. But baby, y'all had 15 years. You could bring you can't get divorced and bring your girl back for Ring of Honor night. But if you have the contract, You know, y'all can put each other in y'all ring of fame, retire each other's jersey,
Bring your
remember the
ex-wife
good
back for
times.
the video
You know
at
what I mean?
halftime.
You know what I mean? Y'all can remember the good times and make it easier. But you gotta go through that divorce. It just seems like, you know, it seems a lot harder to break a contract that's set for life than it is to just walk out of one that had, like, you know, maybe a year or two left on the deal. Like, maybe we could think of it like that. I don't know. It's mainly a joke. Don't take it too serious. But
Yo,
that's my main point. You know what I mean? We could appreciate if a quarterback stays with the team for 15 years. We could appreciate that. They might build a statue of him. You know what I mean?
We might move you to the front office, bro. Like, just like at least come with something. Maybe we can renegotiate that deal, right? Like, okay, the kids is out of the house. You know what I'm saying? It's we got them today 18. We ain't really gonna just split everything up.
You want to be on the streets or not? You know what I mean? Like, do we do we want to be on the streets or not? Like, you know what I mean? Do we want to be outside or not? You know what I mean? Like, that's what it comes down to, right? We at year 18. Hey, do we want to keep this thing going? You know, we got some wiggle room here. We can just end it mutually.
We both a 500 team.
We want to re-up. We want to re-up, get another 7-year extension, celebrate, go to the Bahamas real quick. You know what I mean? It could be either or. What do you want to do? We got years to negotiate.
I'm not no competitor.
Have your people talk to my people, baby. Yeah,
we're not competing for a title right now. Obviously, you're not in the prime of your career, but we still ain't found a stop gap yet.
Because you could find yourself in a situation where it's mutual and y'all extend for the rest of y'all life and y'all not ever worried about that contract coming up. But you could be in a situation, you know, where you like, maybe I need to use the franchise tag. I'm not so sure about this. Or you could be in a situation like the Steelers are with Big Ben, where they're like, this is not what I envisioned at the start of this extension. What? Big Ben looking at you like you are not giving me the opportunities that I thought I was going to be afforded, and it might be just a mutual split.
She looking at you talking about you can't extend plays like you used to.
You don't throw the ball deep enough anymore.
Like your performance.
The tape ain't what it used to be. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. People change a tremendous growth. People change tremendously from year 1 to year 8 of anything. You do anything for 8 years, you exist in 8 years, you're gonna be wildly different than you were. So why do we expect that somebody go get married in their 20s and just be the same dude for the rest of their life, or the same woman for the rest of their life? Nah, man, people change. And sometimes you cool with somebody and the first 7 years are cool, but the next 4, y'all turn into different people. It ain't working out. I just think there's a more mutually beneficial and mutually amicable way to go about this, because you know what? I've done seen too many people have them divorce beats because the divorce is bad. Don't ever want to talk to somebody, even though it's somebody they share 10, 15 years. We ain't talking about football no more. Even though it's somebody that they done shared 10, 15 years with, you know, they don't really want to kick it with them no more because of the divorce. Well, now you don't got to have that, right? You sign a 10-year deal. You get to year 10. All right, we good. Baby, I'm going to bring you back for the Ring of Honor. We gonna have fun with it. You can do that. You know what I mean? But the divorce, it finalizes.
Here's the thing: as your player reps, as your NFLPA player reps, we do have to give you the small print. Everything that we're talking about here does not stand up in the public court of public appeals. And if you do have children, that is a lifetime deal. That is you've effectively franchised. That's a lifetime deal. It is. It is.
And for the Herbs who are going to try to screen cap this and, you know, get us in trouble or whatever. First of all, you can only get G. Bush in trouble. So you only snitch on G. Bush. I ain't married. I'm still in the streets. So,
babe, I love you. Wherever you at, I got thin walls in my apartment, babe.
You know what I mean? Great. You know what I mean? So one, don't be snitching. Don't be a Herb. And 2, if you screen capping this, I need you to jump to this point of the video. If you watch for full context, we are 100% joking right now. We are not serious. We are having fun.
But it's kind of funny though.
But it makes a little bit of sense. It does make a little bit of sense. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how we got to this point, but you know, I hope y'all found this thoroughly entertaining.
Yes, and before we go, GB has the Browns winning this game under Case Keenum, aka Captain Checkdown. Captain Checkdown himself will win this game. I got the Browns winning this game. QC, who you got winning this game?
I got the Browns winning this game, and it might be Case Keenum, it might be Baker, but y'all keep yourself under control. If it's Case Keenum, understand that it's still Case Keenum.
Oh, it's coming. Listen,
keep
the
yourself
comment
under
sections
control.
is on fire. Case get a dub against the Steelers. You know the Steelers game count for like 16 extra credit points in people's
They're
minds.
gonna forget that Baker beat them twice in a row last year. They're gonna be like,
never happened.
Case Keenum.
Never happened.
Stop.
Case.
Stop.
Case,
These are the same fools that out here tweeting me about Tyler Heineke. Nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Not on my team. Not on my team. Nope.
He's not having it. He's not captain.
No.
Listen, no. Listen, Quincy gonna keep 6 alive. He's keeping them alive and well. And you know what? He's not having that on his stuff.
For the mediocre quarterback. I'm just not here for it.
You did say something. You said something when we was on the first show. You said how many games Case good for?
2. He good for 2. 2 in the possible. You know what I mean? It's like the KG quote. He got 2 in the possible. He has 2 in a possible. He'll get you 2. He might get you a possible, but then you go down 14 and you start to realize when Case Keenum out there throwing screens, going 3 and out, why Case Keenum can't be the starter. Again, look, I hope time doesn't bear this out because Case Keenum doesn't have to play more than 3 games. But y'all don't drink this juice. Don't drink this juice. Don't let this man fool you. Don't get catfished.
Hey, next week we're gonna have a heck of a show. GBQC, we're gonna have a heck of a show, especially if Case Keenum get this win. We're gonna be back on here doing the same thing, same time. As always, your boy GB.
I always thought you were somebody, G. Bush, who had self-respect. I can't believe you out here throwing on the Case Keenum cape. I can't believe you out here putting on the cape for Case Keenum. What? You got a kicker jersey for him? Do you have a jersey of a kicker in your crib too?
Listen, I don't got the 5.
Love yourself, G. Bush. Is that what it is? Like,
it's a segment of the Browns fandom is coming. Pause. The segment of the Browns fandom has been waiting to get something.
Nah, Case man, Keenum? You out here putting on the case for Case, the cape for Case Keenum. I cannot believe. I thought you were a gentleman of much more self-esteem than that, G. Bush. You out here talking about let's ride with Case Keenum.
Hey, listen, this is gonna be funny. Next week, we gotta get this win, but next week Baker automatically gonna be healthy. Listen, his wife is telling him, "You healthy, dog."
No, Baker saw him get that 1 win without him, and he's like, "No, I'm not about to have people think that this dude. I'm not about to have people think that I could reasonably be replaced with Case Keenum." Listen, you know what? Baker about to have the game of his life whenever he play next because look, I know they don't mean it as insults, and I know they got to say whatever they got to say, but you think Baker Mayfield out here hearing somebody say, "If we didn't miss a beat between me and Case Keenum," like, Baker out there salty.
He's somewhere rubbing his shoulder down. He got liniment, JD Watkins, icy hot, a sling, three or four packs of double mint chew, big league chew.
This is part 2. I'm gonna just say this on my way out here to all the, because I know G. Bush channel is a different crowd than my channel, even though some people that frequent both. But look, this is a channel of people that I feel like have a lot more self-respect for themselves than the general Browns Twitter sphere.
I'm gonna let you.
I can't believe y'all out here riding out with this Case Keenum. I know y'all not riding out here with Case Keenum. I know y'all not putting on the audacity to put on the cape for Case Keenum like he ain't been Case Keenum his entire life. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on now. I know y'all got more self-respect than that.
It's GB. And who are you, my man?
It's QC, a man of self-respect who refuses to be out here putting on the cape for Case Keenum. I'm not doing that. No, sir.
Hey, listen. I'll see you guys next week. Same channel, same cape. So no playing.
No, put your cape away. If you come out here with a 5 cape, that is the end of this show.
It's GB and it's QC right here on the barbershop. We'll check you guys next week. Go Browns.
Love yourself, Browns fans. Love yourself more than being a Case Keenum stan.